In this video, I'm going to walk you around the WordPress dashboard and show you some of the things you need to be aware of and include when you're setting up your site. Most websites using WordPress, the dashboard can be found at whatever the site domain name is /wp-admin. Now, that's probably not a good idea, because if you have a very popular site, then this is going to make it very easy for hackers to break into your site, maybe change some stuff or do some damage to your site, or even lock you out. Or I've heard horror stories about all kinds of things they can do, even remove your site completely. So they make different plugins you can use that will allow you to move this to a secret login, and you need to be sure that you have a very strong sign in, your password and username and things like that, in order to sign into the dashboard. But once you get inside here, there's a few things that I want to just suggest to you. This is my Free City of Tweaks site, and it's not the iPhone Captain site. This has the regular Genesis news theme installed, and we're going to talk about that a bit. But one of the first plugins that you probably should set up on your site is one called Jetpack. And what this does, you can set this up to where if your domain or site goes down, it will actually email you warning you that your site has gone offline. And that is a very good way to keep track of how often your host provider is going down during the month. If they're staying offline a whole lot, then you may want to consider getting a different provider. I know the one I'm with, they go down, maybe I probably lose about an hour a month. Which that really isn't bad, but if it's happening at peak times, it could be costing me a lot of money. So what I tend to do is, once it goes down, then I have a cloud service that picks up and carries me until my actual host provider comes back online. But that costs extra, and I don't have it for Free City of Tweaks. I only have it on iPhone Captain. Another thing you'll probably want to install is Analytics. This is the Yoast Analytics plugin, and this will help you keep track of all your Google Analytics and show you how your site is actually performing in different ads and AdSense and things like that. Of course, this is where you add your post. You add a new post right here. Let's click Add New. So if someone didn't really understand how to add a post, you would just fill your title out right here. Always try to include at least one image per post. And you always want to include your alt tags and your descriptor tags for your image metadata, it's called. Because a lot of times Google will rank you much, much higher in search results when your images are optimized. That's one thing you definitely want to do. It's something that's easily done. Is just include your metadata for your images. And you might be wondering what that is. So if I go in here, I'm going to just select this image right here. And you see right here is the title and the alt text. Those are the two things that you definitely want to include when you are inserting a particular image. So if I choose insert into post, now it'll put that in there, and you see we're in the visual side of the editor. If we were in the text side, you wouldn't see the image, you would just see your coding for it. But if you wanted to see the actual size and how it was going to look, you see it's centered and everything, but it makes it a little bit harder to put your post in. And then here you would probably in most cases put your text under here, and you want to include at least 300 to 500 words. That's what Google is wanting everybody to do. And here is the WordPress SEO plugin by Yoast. This is a very important plugin. This is a paid plugin now, but you can pay for it. I think it's $69 for one site and $99 for two sites maybe. You definitely want to include this plugin, guys. Or you can get the SEO all-in-one plugin. I used it for the first 2 or 3 years or longer that I had my site up, but I then switched over to Yoast, and I think it's improved my site a lot. Over here is your categories. Try to not choose no more than 3 or 4 per post, and you want to always add a couple tags at least, because that helps your SEO ranking too. And you want to set your featured image in your post. And here is your metadata for your SEO. You want to put in your keywords, and your title will be automatically added here. Whatever you put up here will be automatically added here for you. Then you want to include your metadata right here. Your meta description is the description that appears on Google, so keep that in mind. Now, I have gone a bit further with my setup. I have what's called an excerpt, and what you read next to the post isn't necessarily what you will read on Google. So I thought it would be better to give the readers a little bit more of an enticing reason to click the post on the site than maybe on Google. And there's many different ways of doing this. And that's how you tend to add your post. Then you would just hit the publish, and you'd be off and running. Now, this is your media for your library, your videos, stuff like that. Your pages, now they're totally different from your post. A lot of people get the pages and the posts mixed up. They think they're the same thing. They're completely different. A page would be something like the contact page. Pages, I tend to think of those as the ones, the pages that you see in the nav bar here. This is a page, the contact right here, and then some of these other things here are just categories, like app reviews. That's a category. If I click app review, then it's going to show you all the different app reviews that I currently have on my site. Okay, and as you see right here, there's different ones down through here that you could choose. And this is just part of the SEO, the WordPress dashboard up here that you see. You can go up here and click dashboard. But anyway, right here you got appearance, and here's the Genesis part that I wanted to discuss. And we'll get into this in the next video.